Folks, before you even start today's video, pause it and go over to shopwcbs.com and get yourself a world-class Bullshitters t-shirt. We just launched, we have some awesome designs, and we're going to be adding more monthly. We're going to treat the store as a reflection of the channel. We have a great joke on a show, we're going to put it on a shirt. We're also going to make it very interactive. If you buy our beer glass and drink with us, you'll get a shout out. It'll be like drinking with us virtually. So folks, go over to shopwcbs.com, support independent entertainment because the real world entertainment sucks. And now it's time for the video. Society has reached the point where we're always looking for some insidious boogeyman to be offended by. Today, that just so happens to be the boogeyman himself.
What's the boogeyman?
Yeah, Lori, I just said that.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Halloween Kills is the latest film in the storied Halloween series that's actually pretty... just check out the feature-length review over on Patreon for all that. But before you do that and we start today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below. And of course, make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss out on any exclusive world-class Bullshitters content. Doing this helps fight against the garbage algorithm that dictates all. Today we're going to be talking about The Shape. Michael Myers, the iconic killer from the Halloween franchise. He's now homophobic. How? Well, let's find out together. Halloween's bone-chilling villain Michael Myers is homophobic in new film. The long-running Halloween franchise has largely focused on the effects of Myers and his rampage on the Stroke family. The Stroke family, let's just stop right there for a second. You're so worried about homophobia that you can't even get the name of the characters right. Points off for showing your bias. And Halloween Kills is no exception to that tradition. The film is a direct sequel to 2018's Halloween, which ended with the masked killer being trapped in the protagonist Laurie Strode's burning house. Stroke family, Laurie Strode. K and D are not exactly right next to each other on the keyboard. However, fans find out in the new movie that the serial killer escaped the burning house with the help from firefighters, who he eventually killed and proceeded to go on a murderous rampage. At one point in Halloween Kills, Myers returns to his childhood home and finds an unsuspecting gay couple living there. The men, who are named Big John and Little John, realize someone is in their home and search for the intruder, but instead of making it out alive, they're murdered by Myers. The scene stirred up discussion on Twitter, with some people labeling Michael Myers as homophobic for killing the couple. Fans also drew comparison between the treatment of LGBT+ characters in Halloween Kills and the new Chucky series. So Twitter is offended. Good. That's how it should be. I'm not one to ever sing the praises of Halloween Kills, but the movie is not homophobic. It's about equality and the futility of life. Michael Myers kills indiscriminately and without remorse. I guess that raises the question about representation. Do people want representation, or do they want protection? It's something we'll dive into in just a moment, but let's talk about Big John and Little John for just a moment. In the film, they're shown to be celebrating Halloween in a traditional fashion, with Little John getting high and watching horror movies, while Big John prepares the food. Nothing shocking. The town folks don't call them any slurs. The only injustice they suffer outside of being murdered was being pranked by the kids, and they held their own pretty well. The only perceived slight against them, again outside of the murder, was the meta joke that the gay guy was dressed like a pirate and Michael Myers snuck in the back door and killed him. I don't even think that was intentional, but it was written by Danny McBride, so who knows. The most important part about all of this is the serious issue. Do people want representation or protection? Halloween Kills is treating everyone the same. It's the most sincere form of equality. What do these people on Twitter want? Do they think we're here for the Big John and Little John spin-off series? No, they want gay people in the story, but they don't want them to face any atrocities. How is that fair? They want a protected class. Do they want Michael Myers to be an ally? The dude barely functions as a human, he chows down on dogs, and oh yeah, he's the villain of the story. The bad guy. He's supposed to do bad things. Just because he's an iconic and marketable character doesn't mean he's got to be safe for the family. Disney doesn't own Michael Myers, so let's stop acting like our horror villains should be paragons of virtue, normal or the social justice variety. This reminds me of another horror villain who was run through the morality ringer for not saving a gay character. Again, we're talking about the villain here, a bad guy. This isn't Captain America or Superman, this is Pennywise the Clown, and he kills and eats children. That's cool, but when he doesn't save a gay couple from being beaten, he becomes problematic. 2019's It Chapter 2 opens with a gay couple being beaten after they leave a fair. The film deals with something very ugly from real life. Now, is this Stephen King being homophobic? Of course it is, because you can't write about anything bad happening to people of different colors or walks of life without being homophobic, right? Let's see why Stephen King wrote that in his book. Stephen King based this scene off of a real-life event, the killing of Charlie Howard, who was murdered in 1984 as he and his boyfriend were walking down the street. 3 teenagers harassed, assaulted, and murdered Howard for being gay. The youths chased the couple, yelling homophobic epithets until they caught Howard and threw him over the State Street Bridge into the Kenduskeag Stream. Despite his pleas that he could not swim, he drowned, but his boyfriend escaped and pulled a fire alarm. Charlie Howard's body was found by rescue workers several hours later. Charlie Howard's murder inspired a similar scene in Stephen King's 1986 novel It, in which 3 homophobic teenagers threw a young gay man, Adrian Mellon, over a bridge and into the Kenduskeag, where he was set upon and murdered by the novel's antagonist, Pennywise. Can you see the double standard presented here? Let me know down in the comments of some other double standards you've seen lately. There's a lot today. You know, we're a few weeks out since Netflix dropped Dave Chappelle's new special, The Closer, and I'm seeing what Dave was talking about right here. In Halloween Kills, there are maybe 5 black people. 3 are killed in brutal ways. I don't see articles calling Michael Myers a racist for killing the black doctor or his wife or the old lady from the interracial couple. See what happens when you try to listen to the Twitter mob? They come back and eat you alive. In horror, there is a trope where the black guy tends to die first. Never heard of it? Well, you've definitely seen it. There's even a list of films that feature that trope, like Jurassic Park, Avengers Infinity War, Forrest Gump, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Star Trek Picard,
Unforgiven, Alien, Rocky IV, The Shining,
Star Trek II, Forrest Gump, Witness,
Annie Hall. Not Annie Hall.
The trope is not offensive. It's funny for how dumb it is. It becomes part of the horror film experience that we embrace and expect. It's the metric of a good time. We laugh, we scream, we roll our eyes, but most importantly, we respond. We're people having a human experience, not robots who hook up to Twitter and link into the hive mind that is constant, self-inflicted oppression. It's a terrible way to live. I was not a fan of Halloween Kills, but the film was the furthest thing from homophobic. Michael Myers is the embodiment of pure evil, and evil kills. Evil also dies tonight if you watch the film. To the Ring of 47, never mind, I'm done talking about Halloween Kills. But that's all Michael Myers does in the film. And no matter what you look like, who you sleep with, or where you work, Michael Myers is going to kill you. So run. Run as fast as you can. You can't kill him. He's the boogeyman. So what do you think about this article? I thought it was stupid. I think Twitter's stupid, and I think most people on Twitter are pretty ridiculous and a waste of time. Yeah, I said it. It's harsh. Why? Why is it so harsh? Because we've now changed society to where we listen to a couple people on Twitter and we write big articles and talk about it like it's a real thing. There are thousands of people out there that are going to think this new Halloween movie is homophobic. I hate the movie on its own merits, but homophobic it is not. Dumb, stupid, pointless, a little overly progressive if you think about it, but then again, it makes fun of all the wokeness. It keeps the anybody can be a victim mentality alive because that's what a real victim is. Not running around online because somebody I liked in a movie died or, oh my god, something from real life was mirrored in entertainment and it makes me uncomfortable. You know, thank God for a guy like Stephen King who draws the attention to all these terrible things instead of fucking going to Twitter and bitching and acting like I'm doing something. Stephen King did something. People on Twitter, what did you do? You woke up, you rolled over, you grabbed your phone, you didn't shower today, and you bitched online and you got oppressed. What did Stephen King do today? I don't know, but it was more than you did. Hell, more than I did. It's Stephen fucking King. But when something shitty happens in the real world, he finds a way to write about it in his art. And over 30 years later, I remember the guy's name. Not because of some Twitter activist, not because of some asshole online, but because of Stephen King, the guy who wrote It, the piece of work that is so homophobic according to these triggered people. I find myself a lot like Michael Myers here. I don't care where you live, who you sleep with, what you look like. I'll respect you if you have a brain in your head. I think that's all it really requires from me and most of society. You just gotta think for yourself and not be a fucking idiot. You can be an asshole, you can be so many different things, but as long as you're not dangerously stupid, that's my problem. So many people on Twitter are dangerously stupid to the point where big international websites write crap like this. They can't even get it right. Everyone is so triggered and such in a rush to be offended that articles, publications, journalism is rife with typos, spelling errors, mistakes, because my feelings are right, because I feel validated to call evil Michael Myers a homophobe. Michael Myers ain't a homophobe, you're an idiot. And guess what? He's the villain. I want my villains to say terrible things. I want my villains to do terrible things. And I want my villains to get their shit pushed in at the end of the story. It's called a narrative. Horror is a genre that is so progressive. You want to talk about transgender characters? Go watch Sleepaway Camp. You want to talk about repressed gay characters? Go watch Psycho. All of the shit that people on Twitter are going on about, it's in horror. Folks, Twitter idiots, twidiots, horror movies are your ally. Don't pirate them, go buy them, watch them, and realize all the shit that people want for today, it's in a horror movie. It might be low budget or look shitty, but the ideals, that's all you guys care about, right? The ideals and the message. It doesn't matter about taking over other characters, correct? It's all about the right message. And horror has had that right message for a long, long time. So I'm done. Thank you for watching, folks. Buy a t-shirt over on shopwcbs.com. Keep the channel going because YouTube doesn't like to let people know when we go live. So that's how you combat it. Grab a shirt, wear it out in public. People go, that's a nice shirt. Who made it? I did, Jeff of World Class Bullshitters. And the only place you can get that is shopwcbs.com. So folks, tell me what you think of homophobic Michael Myers. Did you roll your eyes as much as I did? It hurts trying to read this bullshit. People actually believe this. So thanks for watching, folks. Go out into the world and do this thing. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.